I'd like to call this meeting to order. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, George, did you bring the application for the used car license? Do you have copies of all that? Maybe? If not, could you go get that together? I'm sorry, actually, we should have this discussion. Is that it? Thank you.
Okay.
All right, roll call, please.
Mayor Caucus.
Here.
Mrs. Passio.
Here.
Mr. Ranieri.
Here.
Mr. Robinstein.
Here.
Mr. Farrell.
He's not here, he's working.
Yeah, he won't be here.
He's
Mrs. Kelly.
Here.
Mr. Shapiro.
Here.
Mr. Long.
Here.
Mr. Basor.
here.
And Ms. Strelly.
Here.
Okay, public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been given by the clerk in the following manner. One, posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Clerk's office on September 15th, 2023, and two, emailed to the retrospect and Curry Post on September 15th, 2023. First thing we have is first reading of ordinance 2314. This is an ordinance amending chapter 120, which is
Construction fees.
construction fees. So I want to thank our solicitor for getting this done. This is the first reading, and then we'll do the second reading at the end of the month. So what this does for everyone is the construction department's been harassing us to make sure that our fees are up to date in all our neighboring towns and things like that. So this does a few more amendments. We did some last year, this does it. But one thing that's very important is the clerk, once this is done, needs to send this to the technical assistant who gets the computer guy in to update the software program. I'm under the impression that's the last step of this. The software has to be updated. This is first reading. Would someone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt on the first reading and advertise according to law with a public hearing to be held at a meeting on December 27th, 2023, beginning at 4 p.m.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
All right, motion by Mr. Lowenstein, second by Ms. Passio. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Kelly.
Yes.
Mr. Robinstein.
Yes.
Mrs. Passio.
Yes.
Mr. Shapiro.
Yes.
And Mr. Ranieri.
Yes.
4 p.m.
Five ayes, 1 nay.
Yeah, we do a quick one at the end of the evening. Okay, so now we have new business, public hearings for ordinance 2309, 10, and 13. And you have copies of these?
The bamboo.
Okay, so 09 is the bamboo,
10 is the trees.
10 is the trees,
And 13 is the financial agreement with,
magnolia.
no, with the 195 Runnemede.
Oh, she's still.
Remember the
Okay.
ordinance we passed? If that's going to go through, I don't know.
Yeah, so we do have, I talked to the solicitor about this. We're waiting on final review from the developer's attorney and our attorney. There was a couple of small typos, and there was one consideration about if for some reason the taxes are higher than the pilot program, or excuse me, the taxes are lower than the pilot program, the taxes is what they would always pay the lower number. But as Shelley said, the way that this pilot program works is the pilot program should always be lower than the taxes because it's a percentage. But as the solicitor reminded me, there's actually a statute that says you can't pay, you have to pay whatever the lowest is. So if the taxes, is that correct, Dan? The
Yes.
statute says
You can't get what you wouldn't have already gotten anyway.
yeah, so, so this pilot program, because remember, we're trying to estimate 30 years down the road. But the plan that was designed is a percentage, so it should always be less than the property taxes. So we don't believe that'll be a substantial change. We're waiting to hear from them. If for some reason we can't get it done on the 5th, everything stops and we have to start over again. Because the year ends and we'll have a new council next year, so we have to start everything over again. So council would have to re-adopt the resolution authorizing me to sign the agreement, ordinance, and all this stuff. So I did speak to the owner today and told him and said that if we can't get it done, it starts all over again. So, because he called me also about the next item, which is the used car lot license. So if everyone's gone by 9th Avenue, things are moving forward, so hopefully there. But there was any other discussion about the bamboo, the trees. These ordinances are all purposes to attack Ms. Passio. Go ahead, Ms. Passio.
I know.
feel?
And when I'm gone, beware.
So, the only thing with the tree ordinance, I'm a little nervous about it because I think we're gonna have to tell some of these tree guys that they're gonna have to follow this. Now, all the towns are starting to adopt this, so I'm assuming guys are starting to learn this. But Bob was on Davis Avenue, B&B, he took down a dozen trees. And we have to see how this is all gonna play out. Used car lot license. So everyone did receive a copy of the letter from the property owner, which is Mr. Richards, who's also our pilot program. If everyone recalls, this is that the borough, our predecessors, set a limit on the amount of used car lots in town. So when Laflamme left, that one disappeared. Toyota, the planning board allowed an expansion because it is allowed with the contiguous lots. We have Belmar Collision, we have Charlie's, and we have Century. So the ordinance calls for 5. Currently, we have 4. Our predecessors in our zoning and under our master plan, all used car lots are supposed to be on 9th Avenue. So this is a permitted use. However, we only allow 3.
2.
2. So the ordinance says we have 5. They were grandfathered in. As they go away, the goal is to get down to 2. Why? I have no idea. But we do have the right to regulate businesses in this town. We could regulate the number of, I hate to say this, I didn't know this, it may not hold up in court, maybe the lawyer can say this. Other towns are regulating smoke shops right now.
That's correct.
And is that because they're licensed? Or could we regulate pizza places? No. But why can you regulate smoke shops?
I think the law creates a distinction when it's something like a smoke shop that's potentially hazardous in the view of some, as opposed to a pizza place where it's let me run my business kind of thing.
Okay.
So there's more room for regulation.
And used car lots, we have the right to regulate used car
That is
lots.
correct.
Okay.
Well, pizza's bad for your cholesterol.
Well, so this application which we have, and hopefully everyone took the time to look at this. Did you get a chance to look at it?
I'll vouch for that.
So Gateway Classic Cars is all classic cars. I misunderstood when I first thought of it. I thought they were all high-end cars. They're actually high-end old cars. And so what they're asking us for is, I would like to see us, if the council wants to do this, the first step to me would be, if we think this is, we know it's a permitted use in the town, but the council would have to change the ordinance. But before we change the ordinance, we have to decide, do we want to even do this? So I think, in my opinion, this is a decent application. You know, this is high-end cars inside a warehouse. No different if they were selling refrigerators. No one's going to know there's cars in there. The chief did me a favor. He called the chief down in West Deptford, and he vouched for them because that's where they're moving from. So they're leaving West Deptford to come to Runnemede, which I think is great. 21 locations in the United States, all high-end. I think this is a win. It helps them. It helps, you know, they get a tenant. They're going to take 50% of this building. So the first question for everyone,
5% of space.
40,000 square feet.
One thing that you didn't say what the chief said was that they'd never been there. West Deptford Police have never been to their location over there. So that's good.
Yeah, so see on the page here, it says applicant will be selling used cars in 40,272,000 square feet of the 80,177 square feet. The building under construction at block 4301, or block 4303, block 135, also known as 195 9th Avenue. If everyone had a chance to read this,
Yes.
you know, they're already licensed from the state of New Jersey. So what I would like us to do, maybe at the December 5th meeting, have a little time to think about this. We do a resolution basically saying that council is approving this used car license contingent on council changing the ordinance. We can't change the ordinance till January, so the new council would have to do this. So the new council would come in January. Maybe on the reorg meeting, we'll do a first reading on it, which is quick. We'll do a first reading, and the lawyer will write it up where because we have to basically say we're going to allow, I don't even know how we say it, we're going to have to allow 5 again. Because we'll have to figure it out. You know, I don't know why we won't want to reduce the amount of car lots that we have now. I think 4 is a good number. I don't know how everybody feels, you guys can think about it.
You can restrict them to main highways.
Well, the restriction right now is they have to be on 9th Avenue. And the other ones are pre-existing conditions.
I know why they didn't, I told you. They
Why?
didn't want the pipe to look like Admiral Wilson Boulevard.
Oh, good.
That was the reason back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instead it was a ghost town.
I think that's a good reason.
Yeah, used car lots can be tough.
I can put a lot of flags and stuff.
Okay, so that'll be something that we can, if everyone, what's everyone's general opinion?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, we'll get a resolution ready contingent on council changing it.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly where I was.
My man. All right, discussion of amending fees for subdivisions and lot consolidations. What was that? I don't remember this one.
What is it? I'm sorry.
You're the one who makes the agenda.
I'm sorry.
And there's no,
Still making used car lots.
you have a piece.
Oh, that's, you wanted our fees under planning board to be changed for lot
Do you
consolidation.
have the copy of the resolution?
No, I don't have it with me. I don't know if you,
When we discuss stuff, we need to have copies of the stuff, so we can discuss it. So I'm assuming, what were we talking about? I don't even know. Tax map updates. All right. But I have nothing to go over,
it's right now it's $65.
and that's not enough, correct? Engineer, how much does it cost to update a tax map? More than that. So everyone in the audience, but the problem is someone does a subdivision or do a lot consolidation. To protect the property owner, the engineer has to update the map. We haven't done a great job of updating the maps all the time because the borough has to pay for it. That fee should be passed on either through the planning board fees or if it's done, whenever it's done, the maps need to be updated. What's a fair, I mean, you're right, we did $65 back in 2009. I remember that ordinance. So it's been 15 years. $150? All right.
And then there are alternating fees for
I
subdivisions.
don't think we need to deal with subdivisions because I don't think Runnemede's going to have any more subdivisions except for the one we have right now. I think that's the last of the Mohicans. And you do that all at once, right? What's that?
You don't want to take it out.
No. We're not taking it out, but her point is, do we want to raise the fees?
You want to change the fees?
I don't think they were bad because you'll do that all at
Isn't
one
it so
time.
much so much per number of units, I think it
It's
is?
a minor subdivision, it's so much, because
Yeah.
it's major, it's so much per lot.
Yeah, but you're doing that whole thing at one time, though, right? You're going to update, they're going to provide you with that map, and you're just going to upload that. Okay. So I think does everyone understand what we're trying to do here?
Yes.
What started this? What happened?
Tax map.
We've had several updates come in.
We had some complaints.
And they were older updates that somebody's escrow account should have covered that.
Okay. So we weren't updating the maps. We need to do this. We need to keep the money there. Planning board has to charge when these things happen. So we have to make sure that the planning board application talks about subdivision.
It does.
And then we get the money. And then we'll update the maps. All right. So if there's no objections, we'll put that on. That'd have to be that'd have to amend the ordinance though, right?
Yes.
We have to do that in January. So that'll be a January amendment from 75 or 65 to 150. So I'm talking about.
I don't know, Dan has that?
I think it's just a single line, right? We're just changing 65 to 150.
That's it?
Accept donation for the fence. I think we're just going to do a resolution. So everyone doesn't know that the chief helped out with speaking to the owner of Century Car Lot. The playground equipment's coming in. We didn't have enough money to put a new fence around the playground. The used car lot is right there. He's on the same road. With his help, or he's basically going to pay to have the fence installed. So I think the way we're going to do it is either accept it as an in-kind. I think it's probably cleaner for us. An in-kind, so he can pay for it directly. Because if it goes through us, it has to be all the other rules.
Yep.
You agree with that?
I agree with that.
So we'll just do an in-kind, so we'll just have a resolution as in-kind, in-kind donation.
And for our
I need the information, though, I have nothing.
So do you have that quote that he got, or do I have the quote?
I think if it was, I could, want me to forward it to you tomorrow?
Yeah,
No
the
problem.
name of the person or the
Yeah, and
company.
we'll
yeah.
thank him, and then, I would donate a sign, and we'll do something at the VFW.
Yeah.
We'll do a new sign for the VFW and thanking, the Century.
So how much is
It was
it?
almost $12,000 he's donating.
Wow.
That is good.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Isn't that nice?
That's really
right? That's a home run.
So we gotta go look at his cars.
Because we have to donate,
We have to just be
put
considerate.
his name on the
We're gonna put a
swing.
sign. Stipend for code enforcement work. So one of the things that's changing in construction department is, as everyone knows, code enforcement has fallen under the police department. Construction department is going to be busy with these townhomes, hopefully La Quinta, the warehouse, all these different things going on. In code enforcement, the chief is basically, he's making determinations of who we're going to fine, who we're going to cite, all that kind of stuff. So the idea is that that whole department is going to move into the police department. So one of the employees in the police department is going to take over the paperwork. So Ms. Straley came up with what we were paying sort of in the construction department, works out to be about $100 a week to do the paperwork for code enforcement.
And who's going to do it?
Well, I guess I could say the name, right? It's paying somebody. Denise.
Who?
Denise,
Denise.
the clerk. It wouldn't be any more hours,
I'm just going to say, she's already putting in 8 hours a day,
so it would be during our normal hours. The chief can work it out with his department, correct? You have any problems with it?
Nope.
She would get a stipend. It wouldn't be part of her union contract or anything. It's just a stipend. She's agreed to do it. If she doesn't want to do it in the future, if something changes, we can always work it out, you know. But for now, it would fall under the police department. She would get the stipend to do the paperwork under the supervision of the chief. So if there's no, we would put a resolution on for that, appointing her as, what do we call her?
Well, it's not,
Yeah.
Code enforcement clerk?
Code enforcement clerk?
Okay, that sounds good.
Code enforcement
What
clerk,
is the amount?
5,000.
We get the money from the other clerk, right?
We're taking the money from the construction department.
Oh, I thought from the.
I get my pound of flesh, you know that, right? Pound of flesh, so I'll get the 5,000 from them. So, and plus any money stay in the police department. Discussion of the purchase of the police cars. As everyone saw, the
Oh, this is.
Sergeant Woolen and the chief have done a lot of work on trying to get the 2 cars that we ordered 2 years ago. Their recommendation is to cancel the purchase, or, well, not cancel it. We're going to still try to get hybrids, but use the funds that were available now, finance money that was put aside to buy two.
My question is, we're going to buy 2 cars. They'll probably be gas.
Yes, they will be.
You know, that goes against the ordinance. We're
But we're
not
trying.
allowed to purchase anything that's not electric. That's
We're-
what the ordinance
We're
says.
supposed to try.
Yeah,
Hybrid.
yeah.
If you read the ordinance, what we signed, we're supposed to try.
Are these gonna be hybrid?
We have to try. No, you can't get
We
hybrids.
should
No.
box ourselves into a corner like
Read,
that.
You can't buy.
you didn't read Matt Mullen's letter?
Yeah.
We've waited 2.5 years.
Look for his email, he explained it.
No, or we can't
No, it is
get,
what it is, yeah.
if you can't get the cars, what's your suggestion then?
Yeah, they need to replace them. You know, Matt's point is we're supposed to try to turn these cars over every 3 years.
Couple bikes.
We get a lot more than 3 years out of
More
it.
bikes.
We can add more bikes.
Sorry.
Yeah, right.
We can do electric bikes.
Lead the
We
way.
can move up to electric bikes.
I saw on HSN, they have those electric bikes,
Yeah, okay, very good.
like $900.
But here's what Matt and the chief have said, is that we're going to continue to try to buy the 2 hybrids, because we're already 2 years behind on it.
I know, we've been
Our
waiting.
goal was to buy 1 car a year, every year. And we've lost that now for 3 years.
Mrs. Kelly, we haven't had a new car land in the lot since 2021. We love our hybrids, but like I said, that I made the example, we can't love what we can't get. You know what I mean? We cannot get them. Sergeant Woolen did a lot of homework, and I'm thankful for Shelley, was right there with them. We love them, but if we can't get them, we need new vehicles.
We can't cut off our nose to spite our face.
And we're one of the only departments in the area that do have currently hybrids. It's not, you know what I'm saying? So we have them in the lot. But when you're running,
And we're one of the first, like, small.
yes.
We're a small
yes.
department of hybrids,
Some
large
of us-
And
departments.
when the opportunity arises, you go back to it.
That's it. We're not going to cancel the PO, we're just staying alive.
Exactly. I know, we love them.
Yeah.
But if we can't get them, if they're telling us we can't get them, we have to get new vehicles, because then the vehicle maintenance line start, water pumps are 1,500, you know what I mean?
We pushed for 2 years.
I know.
Okay.
And it's not any of it was our fault.
Oh, no, I know, we put that
Do
order
we need a
in long
resolution
time.
Yeah.
to change this?
It really depends on what they decided to do. Right now, we can purchase 1. depending on where they decided to get it from.
What do you need from council to do this? Anything? Or are you just gonna use the old
We
POs?
will need to do a resolution on where we're purchasing it from, because we are no longer getting them from Winter Ford.
Do you wanna get us a resolution by the 5th? Is that tight? You know where you wanna buy them? Just get us a resolution, we'll do it at the 5th. If it's 1 car, 2 cars,
Yeah, that would be great.
it might not even be 2 cars, it might only be 1 car.
Is it a state contract?
We're
We
shooting,
have to buy something.
yes, Mrs. Kelly, we're shooting
have to buy
for 2.
something cheap.
And one of the things that I've been told by other chiefs, their vehicles stay in the forefront for 3 years. So some of our cars, 6 or 7 in the frontline
I
fleet.
know, we've had them all.
So we have to keep that rotation, and as like I said, it's no fault of ours.
And he's rotating vehicles. Like everyone knows that a vehicle runs 12 hours and then it's off and then it runs 12 hours, so we.
And we do a good job of assignments where they're not getting took. So with the non-hybrids, we'll spread them out, so they're not running all the time. So we do a good job of working it around, so.
Okay. So whatever you want to do for a resolution. Discussion of EMS agreement. So the EMS agreement got sent back over. There was a few tweaks. Just so everyone knows, there's 2 parts to the EMS agreement. One is the EMS agreement between Barrington Ambulance Association and Haddon Heights, which basically talks about the financial aspect of it and what we're contributing towards this 3 plus the association's agreement. The second part of the agreement is the changing of the bylaws of the association. So the bylaws are basically something where the towns will have, from what I understand now, 2 seats. Is that correct? 2?
I believe.
It's 2 seats now. The original proposal was the mayor or mayor's designee. I think it's now the mayor and another mayor's designee and another. So I think one of the problems with these EMS associations is they don't have enough volunteerism, things like that. So the towns are going to need to fill these positions either with members of council or department heads or somebody to help the interests of each community, making sure that the association is, running properly, functioning, has the funds it needs to operate. Once again, this is a statewide issue. No town, every town is doing something different, and the future is hiring people to do this. Volunteerism is fading away. We have to pay people to do the work. So if there's no disagreement, I mean, I don't know if council got a copy of the EMS agreement that was sent out. If you guys want to, we're going to send it out to you. Take a look at it. I did look at it. Legal counsel looked at it. The other towns, solicitors looked at it. What we're looking to do is sign that agreement at the December 5th meeting. Why don't we get the payment of bills?
I saw it.
You did see it. Yeah. Okay. So Ms. Kelly, I saw it. Hopefully you guys
Now,
trust
the
me.
bylaws, that's,
There's a little more work on the bylaws,
Yeah.
but we don't have a say in that yet. Because remember, they're still their organization.
I know.
Mr. Rink is working very hard to
He's
get
trying,
this stuff
yes.
done. All right, let's do payment of bills with that out of the way. Would someone like to make a motion to pay the monthly bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the monthly bills.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion by Ms. Passio, second by Mr. Shapiro.
Okay.
Roll call, please.
I think it was Lobenstein. No?
Simultaneous.
What's that?
Shapiro.
I took Shapiro.
Shapiro?
He's closer.
Mrs. Passio?
Yes.
Mr. Ranieri?
Yes.
Mr. Lobenstein?
Yes.
Mrs. Kelly?
yes.
And Mr. Shapiro?
Yes.
All right, bills should be paid. All right, we'll go around the table. Ms. Passio,
Oh,
anything you want to discuss?
I just want to say, gee, did anybody see the parade?
I was surprised how many people came out in the
It
rain.
was amazing.
Actually, it's
How many people were outside?
In the rain.
It was
In the
amazing.
rain.
I know. The kids were out on the lawn with umbrellas, without umbrellas. The people were on corners, and I don't know if you noticed, but there were carloads of people on the sides of the road, and the
That was
kids,
smart.
there, they packed them in. So I know Santa and Mrs. Claus were just beaming, even though they were soaking wet.
How did the toys get? Did they get outside?
Yes, Municipal Alliance, they gave all the kids the toys, and they also had other little
Nice.
packages to give to the kids. So hopefully everyone got something. Like I said, the parade was unbelievable. I was totally in shock that all the people were out there, either with umbrellas, without umbrellas, even the doggies, even the animals they were bringing outside. So it was wonderful. And I do want to commend Santa and Mrs. Claus, because usually they're fighting a snowstorm, but this time it was the rain. Did a wonderful job, Santa, and I've been very good this year.
Your mustache looks good. I like your mustache.
Anyway, I do want to announce that our reorganization will be on Thursday night, January 4th at 6 p.m. And that will be at the Harry Williams Building. So it's open to the public. We will have food afterwards, so I hope we get to see a lot of residents and a lot of people come out and enjoy the evening. We also will have our regular council meeting, correct?
We're gonna put both of them together.
Yeah, like we
Okay.
did last
Yeah,
year.
I think that worked out very well.
great.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So again, it will be Thursday, January 4th at 6 p.m., Harry Williams Building.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. The Rotary Club is having a blood drive, that will be December 29th. I'm not sure the time. Does anyone know the time?
He hasn't given me the time yet.
Okay. All right, so it is December 29th at the Harry Williams, and that is our blood drive. Anybody else? Anything else? Can anybody? Okay, so I guess that's it. What?
Did you want to, so we saved a little money on the parade, and what did you want to do this year? Was there something you want to try to squeeze in before the end of the year, or?
Well, no, probably, I don't know when, but I would like to, we're going to get a nice bigger tree. We're going to grow a bigger tree.
So one of the things that was maybe suggested was, we had cancellation. I don't know if you heard this.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a string band, was going to join the parade, and a Freilinger string band, but because of the rain, they opted
So
out.
we'll cancel that PO, and then the only thing that what was maybe suggested was, I don't know if we can't necessarily roll the money over, I don't think you, but to buy a little nicer tree,
Yeah,
plant a real tree. Harry's got some ideas.
Yeah, Harry's going to check into it
And
for
then the
us.
little tree will come over here.
So it'll
A
be
little big tree,
purchased
it is a big
this
tree,
year's
but it is,
budget. This
looks.
year's
We'll have to see
We'll leave Charlie
how
around.
Shelley's going to work that out. So we'll have a bigger
But you
tree,
can
and
cancel
the
that
other
one
tree will
PO.
come here.
It was for $2,000.
The other tree that's there will come here after Christmas.
Yeah.
That's when the sales go on.
Okay, anything else?
That's when the sales go on. Look for a sale, Harry.
Yeah, this is the
Okay.
time to buy it now.
Okay.
Good?
Yes, that's it.
All right, Mr. Ranieri.
Thank you, Mayor.
Second, well,
Council, Patty, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, John.
I'm just going to go through a bullet list. There's a lot going on in finance, and Shelley was nice enough to prepare me some notes. The sanitary sewer project closed November 14th. That's the financing for Davis Road. We are currently assessing all the department budgets, and our contract renewals and costs are being reviewed. We're also assessing new contracts and their costs and seeing the feasibility to continue with them or change them. Our shared service agreement renewals are also being reviewed. We're working with departments on new grant applications. We are working with our construction officials on ordinances relating to the fee applications, as we already discussed. And we are assisting the police department with various cooperations for vehicle purchasing. We just discussed that as well. And also researching other items that have to be closed before year end. And the rest is progress.
May I say something?
sure.
John will be stepping down. He'll be moving
Retire.
on,
Is that
retire,
what
what,
it's
I don't know.
Retired.
So at the end of December
No,
31st,
no, we're-
December 31st, John.
No, we're gonna honor him at next council.
Yes,
You wanna do it on the
yes.
5th?
Yeah,
Just ruin the surprise.
so.
It's not a surprise.
No, so, you always get the plaque, you're not gonna get the gold watch, but, you'll get a nice plaque.
We are honoring him
Maybe,
at the next meeting.
hopefully. But anyway, I just wanna say.
We'll bring all your classmates from the
I
past.
Hang the picture, Patty?
We're gonna give you a big roast, John.
It's been a long 9 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss you
9
terribly.
years.
Yeah.
I can't kick you under the table
I'll be around.
anymore. I
I'm
can't
gonna hassle
punch
you
you in the
guys.
arm.
I'll be around.
So I am
Thank you.
truly gonna miss you.
Yeah, I'll miss everybody. It's been amazing. I'll save it for next
And
meeting.
this thing will be taken over
Oh,
by
yeah.
Dan Murray.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. Absolutely.
The seat used to be bigger, now it's smaller.
I hope it gets smaller. Thank you.
All right, I just want to tell you we love you, John.
Oh, well, thank you. I
know?
love you guys too.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
And remember, it's December 5th right?
So
November
At the
I
7
can make-
Gotta be there.
I have to make
At
that.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock,
I'll be there.
All
on
right.
our agenda.
Yeah.
And the rest is progress.
Okay, there you go. Ms.
I'll
Kelly?
defer to my report.
Absolutely.
At council.
Oh,
Of course,
okay,
of
very
course.
good.
Mr. Lobenstein?
Mr. Wolzak, you got anything?
Oh, look at him.
We've actually had a lot going on. We are preparing for the VFW playground install. We'll be removing the existing playground starting tomorrow, meeting with the contractor early next week. He is anticipating 2 days to install the new playground. So with that, it will be quick and hopefully that will be completed.
So this will close out the playground money and the lake money, correct? Is the lake
Money,
signs up?
also the signs and that start getting installed tomorrow with the benches. So that will be all cleaned out before the end of the week. Leafing is ongoing and going great. We actually finished the west side today. We're back over onto the east side and we're bouncing. So we're actually completing with the crews right now, the whole town every week. So we've had a couple of people saying it's been left out and so forth. The only piles that have been going by are stuff that people put in mixed stuff of branches and other products in it that our machines won't pick up. So once they clear it, we go back and take care of it from that point. Scout building, we got the rough plumbing approval finally. HVAC rough is being installed right now. Floor concrete from the trenching from the plumbing will be started next week. Rough electric is scheduled for 2 weeks from now. The contractor for doing some rough building wise inside a couple of the walls from the HV guys and that, he's getting scheduled in the next 2 weeks. And the concrete projects, the sidewalk replacement and so forth throughout town, that's being scheduled and done. Once we get some DOT permits back, we had to apply for some roadway permits because we're working close to the roads, on state roads. So that's being taken care of. So a lot going on.
Elder, you have a question?
Yes, that woman asked me what was the progress on the repairs for the,
I sent you an email. I told you I sent you an email today. It's
yes.
there. The parts came in, and the parts have to be put on.
You talking about the swing set?
No.
No,
the
the bus, the bus.
Oh, the bus.
The bus, parts have to be put on. It'll be a week or two. I talked
Yes,
to her on the
that's
phone.
fine. What about the playground, problems at the playground? Remember she sent us all those pictures?
No, I didn't see those pictures.
When I talked to Harry,
Oh,
the seat is already ordered.
what did you?
The seat, the new swing.
The new swing. is
Okay,
already-
what about the holes underneath?
The hose, that's something they'll have somebody else next
Yeah,
week.
that's-
And the nails, they already had somebody put them back in. That happens from time to time, so it was a good thing that she called. So
Yeah,
we can do that.
because
So
I saw
appreciate
some of it looked kind of dangerous. You know?
What holes are you talking
Was
about?
this?
When the
Underneath
kids
the,
swing.
it. Yeah, just gotta give
The
them
mulch
fresh.
displaces.
Yes, sir.
Just
Their
wait.
feet did it. The feet did it. Did you ever go on a swing?
oh, sure, but they're very deep, very deep.
Wear and tear. We'll take care of
You're the JIF representative, so.
Yeah.
it. Yeah, don't make that, don't say that.
So the bus, what's the time frame on the bus?
I said, we'll know more within a week or two, what's going on. And I talked to her today.
And the playground is progress, right?
Yes.
These people call me all the time. I gotta tell them something.
Very good.
Anything else?
Wonderful.
Anything else, Harry?
I think we're good.
Okay, Mr. Shapiro, what do you got?
Harry did some.
I know you got a little bit of everything.
Other than that, our ways basketball, the insurance is paid up.
Good.
They got everything into Joyce. Their schedule should be out soon. I think they got a bunch of kids again. The RY had a meeting a couple weeks ago, the second meeting in a row, where they're trying to get more people involved in the same. It was a little hectic at first, but I think the same understanding, everybody was just supposed to work together. So it was a good thing. So we have more volunteers trying to get on the board, so there might be a new board come February. We're just trying to give them a meeting.
They have another meeting coming up next week or
We
something,
have
right?
one
So
on
they're starting to meet
December
more.
5th. December 5th. They're trying to get at least 3 or 4 meetings to see who comes and evaluate who wants to stay and help out. So it's all good. I mean, it started off rough, the first one, but it's progress and they all understand. It's all just to make sure everything's right for the kids. So I think it's going good and it's going well and stuff like that.
So
So,
all the ruffled feathers have been settled?
No.
Because,
No, not settled, but they know they're working towards one plan.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's not gonna be easy, but everybody understanding on where they wanna be. So it's a good thing, you know? I'd rather people complain and try to
And
fix
get
it
involved, yeah.
than not say anything at all, you know
Right.
what I mean? So I see it as progress.
Many sports organizations, Elmer, don't get along with each other. Many.
It's the understatement of the year,
It
Councilman.
is not just us. I see it. You know, when I was doing my refereeing, I saw it. And many organizations, there's a lot of egos involved, and people think they know what they're doing.
they're almost worse than politicians.
Yep.
I would say we're just.
Almost.
All right, so I'm trying to be nice. So I did want to add something, because I was brought out there, and I don't mean to, step on anybody's toes, but I always try to help out. So they asked me to come out there one day to look at this. Remember we moved the fence back once? So they want to move the fence back again to create a second minor league field. You're aware of this, you talked to Charlie.
No, I didn't talk to, not to create a second minor league field.
So the coach pitch, they've already moved the bases back. Now the fence has to be moved back. So the original plans that the engineer did, you got a path going through there. So I went out there and met with the guys. And this is my new philosophy with everybody. Everyone's sitting here. Get a price. Figure out what it is. So like, we want to fix pickleball, we get a price. We want to buy a police car, we get a price. So they want to move the fence back, they got a price to move the fence back. The only thing that I said that I would donate was I donated my bucket truck to go out there, and they were out there actually today in the freezing cold. I sent my son, and they disconnected the lights, because we don't use the soccer fields anymore, correct?
Right.
So we had an electrician disconnect.
We don't use it as a soccer field.
We don't use it as a soccer field. So my bucket truck went out there, disconnected the lights, the electrician went up and disconnected the lights. Public Works just needs to pull that pole out. When we moved the fence, were you around when we moved the fence the first time?
No, it wasn't.
You remember that?
Yep.
Okay. They wanted to move the fence because they said the kids were hitting home runs. We moved the
They weren't
fence.
hitting home.
I thought it was neat that the little kids were hitting home runs.
That's a great thing at that age.
I think it is great. They're 5 years old. Do you remember this when we moved the fence? Because they
yeah, yeah.
So they want to move. They want to move it
I thought
again.
it worked out great.
Yep, they want to move it again. So whatever. So the RY leadership has asked to move it again. All Public Works has to do is move the pole. They have a proposal for $3,900 to move the fence back. You don't have to disconnect that, the two pieces, Harry. If this gets done, American Discount.
Well, who's gonna pay the $3,900?
So that's what I asked the leadership of the ROI, what they intend to do and what they need from us. So once again, same scenario. What can you do and what can we do? So that's kind of where we're at. I don't mind helping out what I can help out. Like I said, the other dad that was out there, he did his part. The other dad went and got a quote. So everyone's doing their part. So we have to just make a decision again. I think we've always supported, but once again, we put the fence up once. We moved it a second time. Now we have to move it a third time. My response to them was, okay, we're in this together. How are we going to get this done? Now, one thing that the chief has opened my eyes about is there are organizations in this community that want to help out. You know, I don't want to say all the different names out loud, but there are businesses in town that have always been supportive and want to be supportive. So we might be able to get a little help. You and I used to talk to those businesses, and after 2008, when the economy went bad, we stopped asking for things. Well, we can go back and ask again. Some of them have come to me and said they want to get involved again. Newer businesses.
Newer
and
businesses,
things like
yes.
that. So
Right.
there might be an opportunity to do some of these things. But I think the RY needs to put some of their own blood, sweat, and money into it. So, because it looks good. It looks good that even if it's a small amount, even if the guys are out there helping tear the old fence, I don't know. I don't know what we could do.
Does the fence have to be permanent?
Yes.
Yeah, for the league.
Okay.
So, the
Especially
idea
at
is,
that age group. And I think the biggest reason they want to move the fences back is because when they move the bases back,
They move the
the
bases.
outfield kind of looks small.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? So I think that's one of the biggest reasons. And it does look funny if you look at it.
and I think,
So it's not a bad idea.
you've also got more kids right now. You've got like a little bubble of kids playing the minors. That
And
also.
that's ponies.
So you have these bubbles of kids. Like some years we have no kids, some years we have 50 kids.
Yeah.
If anything, a big field, little kids can play on it, they just move up.
And left field,
But the big kids can't play on a small field. That's
No,
the issue.
no.
left field's gonna be a short porch, so we can put up the green monster.
We'll put the green monster. They can hit it over
We like that.
an 8-foot wall. All right, well, that's still in talk.
So what did we decide?
We haven't decided anything. We're gonna wait to hear from them. It's just talking. Let's see what they want to do.
Gotta unruffle, and then we move forward.
It sounds like this is what they want to accomplish, and we'll support them as much as we can to do it, you know? We'll do our part. All right, Shelley, did you have anything else? You want to talk about court? At least, get the microphone, at least tell everybody we're gonna, the shared service for court, Shelley read it today. I don't think the microphone's on.
It's on.
It's on?
You're right. Turn it off on purpose.
Since I think it's a 3-year agreement, I don't know if everybody saw it. It only came in,
I didn't see it.
well, you'll get it then. Shelley, if you could send it out. to
Yeah,
everybody.
I will send out, actually.
I didn't read it either.
I'll send out several shared service agreements to everybody. Right now, we have our renewal for our court administrator, our court office, and EMS agreement for anyone who hasn't seen it. I'll send that one out as well. The court office is a 1-year renewal, and the court administrator,
It's 1 year with 3 years.
1 year.
But she's already given us she's starting to age out. So at some point, we're gonna have to do some planning again. We don't have anybody else who has a license right now. And neither does Magnolia. So we'll have to figure
That
that
we're
out.
aware of.
But the agreement basically is just a 2% increase. We're not charging any more for the building, I don't believe, other than being reimbursed for our costs. And I don't hear any complaints.
It's only 1 year, right?
One with subsequent renewals. It's up to 3.
With the option to extend, yes. So I will send.
The
that
court
out to
administrator
everybody.
has an
For
option.
the court- for the
The
court-
renting of the building is only a 1-year agreement.
Yes, for our court office,
But
that's a
the
1 year.
services that they're providing
It's
is.
1 plus, yeah. Kathy is their employee.
So she gets,
We pay them and they pay her.
Yes.
And she, I believe, is prepared to retire in about a year and a half.
And then we provide to Magnolia our court office personnel and the facility for them to hold their sessions here.
So Teresa and Alice, part of their salary gets paid by Magnolia, and then we rent them the building.
so this is all gonna happen at reorg?
Yeah. Actually, December, I think, is the best time to renew, but the new 2% increase will kick in
No,
January.
we're gonna do this at the next meeting.
Okay,
Yeah,
December.
we gotta get these 2 things done. So
We would
that-
like to have them signed so that they're in effect as.
I mean, it's just a continuation of what we're doing already.
Yeah,
Nothing's
yeah,
changing,
Right.
right?
They're getting 2%.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, Kathy, that's part of her salary.
everybody.
Okay. Is there anything else?
We're also going to work on CPWM and hope to have that ready
Yeah.
for either next week. or-
So just so what she's talking about is we do a shared service with Harry also. She's using acronyms, not everybody knows the acronyms.
I'm sorry, our
And,
certified public works manager.
So Magnolia doesn't have a certified public works manager. So Harry signs the papers over there, goes over there. They pay a portion of Harry's salary, about 20% of your salary, right? Is that what they pay? Make them pay more? Well, actually, if everyone remembers, the original plan was their employees were supposed to go get classes, and they were supposed to
Yes.
move up.
I,
But I don't believe that it's not moving as quickly as was
Well, if
supposed
the
to
price
happen.
goes up, they'll consider it, wouldn't they?
Well, Harry was supposed to be pulling back.
You gotta get the employees to do it.
He was supposed to be doing less as the subsequent years
Is
happened.
that happening?
No.
No. You got the finances have to follow.
Well, and that's what he's negotiating. You
Good.
know, you know how much time he's spending over there has to be determined. That actually expires on December 31st, right?
Correct.
Okay.
The trash bin award, we haven't mentioned that public for the.
Oh, you want to tell everybody? You missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 2024, actually for the next 5 years, the county went out for us. We're part of a co-op with the county. We secured for 3 years our solid waste dumping fees at $92 a ton, which is a $1.40 increase, with the following 2 years equal to be able to re-sign. So trash, we actually hit it pretty good because we were looking up well over 100, well over the recycling.
It's
So-
$92. Now, what I heard is we need to estimate for recycling, is it 120 or 130 at the rate?
That's already out, that number, we already have the numbers, we're on a 3-year contract with that.
But I think we should estimate, so we
Yeah.
should estimate 130 a ton.
Yeah, so recycling, we pay more.
So it costs us more money to
Yeah, I
recycle
know why
than to get rid of
trash
trash.
out there.
But with that, that secured the incinerator being, with that, it secured the incinerator staying in operation for another 5 years.
Okay.
So that helps all of us out.
Can I just throw one more thing out there? Our property registration company that we just joined the new agreement with the county,
Yeah,
they are currently onboarding the borough for the new system.
okay.
So we may start getting some phone calls soon once that is up and running. We should get training.
That should go through, the police department should
It's
have
gonna
access to
be-
that.
Yes, it will be Bill, myself.
So you'll know who all these property registered, these people, but we don't have that many anymore. The number's low.
No, we generally only have a handful every month, as it was. So Bill and I will get training on the new system over the course of the next few weeks and familiarize ourselves with the new system.
And that funding should stay in the code enforcement.
It does.
Yeah. So, is everybody, so when they register as a property, registration goes to that, we have to spend the money that we're collecting, we have to use it for something. All right, good. Anything else? No, I keep squeezing things in. All right, no more Shelley. Hey, sure, Mr. Boxall. What do you got for us?
I submitted my report in writing yesterday, just a few updates from last month. The CDBG project on First Avenue, today we submitted a payment recommendation for payment number 1, so that should be on your bill list for next Tuesday. They also started doing the additional work for drainage along the bike path, so that should be completed soon, and we'll have that on the next payment application. The DOT project on Harding and Payne, our plans are finalized. We have a base bid on Payne Avenue and the Harding Avenue and alternate bids. We're currently doing a review of the plans. Once that's finalized, it'll go to DOT for their approval. And the last thing I have in the report is the sewer extension project on Davis Road. We helped the borough out with their short-term financing and closing and all that. DEP dropped some last-minute paperwork on us. And Shelley was in Florida, and we were all having fun trying to get that pulled together. So I appreciate Shelley's help from afar, but we were able to get all the paperwork that they wanted.
She was working at the airport, we appreciate it.
And one thing that's not in the report, the lighting at Green Acres Park is done. We're waiting on the 2-year maintenance bond. As soon as we get that, we can make a payment. Shelley has to get the money spent by December 15th.
Submit the whole payment submission.
Yeah. So worst case scenario is next Tuesday, we would have payment recommendation holding 10% retainage.
So you want to put that on for Tuesday? We should put that on.
You'll have a bill to pay.
Okay. Because some of that money was our money.
Yes.
So we'll get the money back? Okay.
So, but we have to get something submitted. So we've been holding the payment because we've been waiting on our maintenance bond. But Shelley called today and wanted to get that process. So if they don't come through with the bond by
Is there
Friday,
a small number like that, the maintenance bond, that's small?
it's a 2-year guarantee.
Everything.
We want the work guaranteed.
Okay.
So
That's part of my cost.
yeah. So that should be on next Tuesday's bill list. Some form or another. That would be on the bill list.
Okay.
That's all I have unless anybody has any questions.
Well,
You open that?
when will Davis Avenue start?
We're going through,
15 minutes.
we're going
You
through
have to get home.
We're going through shop drawing reviews right now. They have to get, once the equipment is approved, they have to order it. We're gonna see how long the lead time is on some of these items. But we're hoping to get some shovels in the ground soon. I don't have a definitive date for you.
A month?
Hopefully,
Okay.
hopefully.
I'm meeting with these people this week. They're going to be asking me all these questions.
Tell them it's moving forward,
I'll tell them a month.
you know?
No, no,
Tell them it's moving forward.
Yes.
Well, the worst thing you can do is give it a timeframe that we may not be able to keep.
Let's have we'll come up with our resolution.
Contracts in order, we had the pre-construction meeting, we're going from shop.
You usually don't do a resolution for used car
I
lots.
think it's unfair with the scout building.
Everything's on par. It's just, dotting your i's and crossing your t's.
The lighting, the first light is going, Bob and I drove back,
Whenever they sell
It's a big project.
I'm not deciding.
So it's whenever.
Well, it is, it's at the end of the year. It's usually the-
we can look
Oh,
at
this
it.
one house.
All right, let's get back on.
Yeah, because Bob and I went down there and looked at that.
Was there any other questions?
We talked about the first light going in, it's shining on that guy's yard.
What about it?
It's really bright in his yard. If we could put some kind of shield on it to reflect it away, be a nice neighbor, be nice to our neighbors. I'm looking out for our residents.
Greg, where was this?
Green Acres Park, or Dave Vanilla Park, the first lamp going in.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing, I haven't gone to look at it, I only saw the
I have.
picture he sent. The only thing I'll say is the reason we put these lights up was for safety reasons, for people to be able to do it. We've been on council long enough. How many times have people asked us to put lights up? And we've always given people lights,
Yeah, no, it's just that, the back shield. Prevent it from.
Has he complained about it yet?
He did. And I'm a tough person, you know this, right? I don't mind helping people out wherever we can help people out, but once again, if we start certain things, I think we're going down the wrong path to do this kind of stuff.
He calls you.
He tell him to call me.
I haven't talked to him, but I just heard it through the grapevine.
I know where the bodies are buried.
I think someone else.
Didn't
Didn't he complain to you?
Things like that.
Didn't he complain to you?
Yes, and I said I'd look into it, but I have a hard time changing one light.
No, we're not changing any light, there's kind of a shield on the back of it. Directed to the other. That's all right, you got it.
Tell him to call me.
I haven't talked to him.
All right.
You're the only one I'm talking to. I'm
I
trying to
did, I
help you
talked to
out.
him and I looked at it, and I think that it's 75 feet away,
All right, you got it. If he calls you.
He can call me.
Listen, Councilman Lauerstein tried to help me out, tried to talk me out.
Tell him to come to a meeting. All right, what else? That's all you have? Chief?
Good.
Good. I'll talk to you guys after me.
Solicitor?
Solicitor
My
never.
items were discussed.
Okay, this portion of the meeting is open to the public. Please come to the awful microphone that is strapped again. They put 2 straps on to keep me from doing it. I'm bringing wire cutters next time. I'm taking it off there. I hate it. It slides out. Anybody? Seeing no one, is there a motion to close the public
I'll
portion?
make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Longstein, second by Mr. Ranieri. All in favor?
Aye.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Longstein, second by Mr. Ranieri. All in favor? Adjourned, 5:54.